Sorry, y'all missed everything I just said, but pretty much I came on here earlier than I normally do, and I'm gonna be busy this weekend pretty much. So I wanted to go ahead and get this live out because if I didn't do it right now, then it just wasn't gonna get done at all. And also, I'm probably gonna have to like zoom through this a little bit, but with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started. Earrings, La Vida Rosa. Make sure you check out the chat. It will be at the scroll all the way to the top of the chat. And if you're watching the replay, it will be in my description box. So, can y'all hear me now? Before I get started, because can y'all still not hear me? I think I turned the, okay, you can hear me now. Okay. Sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the continuation of movie night. First of all, why were all the questions, or at least like majority of the questions, why were they male centered? Like easy for the men to answer because they are questions about men. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. When I thought about it, I'm like, a lot of these questions they were getting right because of course they're men. They would know the answers to them. But second of all, we didn't even get to see all the clips. Like, is it because Aaron had a fit? He had a tantrum, went off on everybody and ran away? Is that why we didn't get to see all of the clips? Because there were still some titles up on the screen before they left, but they just shut movie night down. I wanted to see what else was on there. Like, I was completely confused why they shut it down before it was all the way over. But anyway, let me move on. Let's see, who do I want to go to first? I don't know how I'm gonna do this because everything kind of runs together. But let's do this. I'm just gonna talk about each of the couples and the love triangles and all that. So first, let's talk about how they showed the clip of Miguel being Miguel. Let me pull Miguel up real quick. They showed some clips of Miguel and Sierra kissing all on each other, and I guess Leah was supposed to feel away. She already knew it was going down. She already knew it was going down over there. This man was not serious about her. Everybody knew that. He still ain't serious about her, if you ask me. Like, I don't know. I'm not buying it. I feel like he thinks that Leah is his best interest in order to get to the end, but I'll talk more about that later. But he was trying to play his way out of it. He was trying to joke. He was doing some kind of accent. I don't know what that was, what kind of accent that was. He was laughing and joking and kikiing and he-heing and ha-haing. And I feel like he just loved the attention. Like, he was trying to act like, oh, that's cringy. Oh, don't look at me. He loved the attention. He loves being the center of attention. And he low-key took pride in what was being played on that screen. He was not embarrassed. He was not nervous. Like, anyway, I feel like at that point, Leah had got into like 15 people that night, so she decided to hold her tongue, even though she thought that it was a bit much how he was reacting, but she held her tongue. His accent switches up often. What is up with that? I noticed that too. Like, is he not British? Like, why does his accents go from like British to Caribbean? Sometimes he has like a Black American accent, like hood type accent. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, can the real Miguel stand up? What's going on? Now, doesn't he have a Caribbean parent? So I could see how he goes back from British to a Caribbean accent. I can get that. But I don't know. He does come off a little fake in that way. Okay, so we're gonna get back to him, but their storylines kind of intertwined. So Right now, I want to move on to Rob and his whole situation um with Leah, Daniela, all of them. Okay. So when Rob was watching the clips of Aaron and Daniela like fooling around, he was getting the ick because the girl told him that she wanted him from day one, but you were all over Aaron from day one. Now, this is me. I never thought she was truly interested in Aaron. I didn't. Whenever they would get together, it was more so him being all over her. She was playing into it because she wants to get to the house. Do I think she really wanted Rob the whole time? Didn't she say she wanted Rob from the beginning? I don't think she really truly wants any of them, to be honest. She's just doing what she can to remain on the show. But, you know, I don't blame him for feeling that way. And then on top of that, she said the same thing she was saying in those clips is the same things that she was saying to him. But look, I get what he's saying, but at the same time, all of y'all are in cahoots. You knew what you was doing, bringing Daniela back. Felt like you were bringing her back as a backup plan for Aaron, because that's your friend. Because why would you pick up somebody on the last night? The girl hadn't even said 2 words to you. Rob does look miserable every day. He does look miserable every single day. I feel like he thought this is what he wanted. He came in as a producer plant. He was on the last season. I don't believe any of his moves are genuine. I think he might have really liked Andrea to a certain extent. He might have been attracted to her. But he, you know what I'm saying? I think he's tired of it. His social battery might be out. Some people think they want this and they don't. Because like I was saying on my last live, I don't know how they're doing this. They don't get one moment alone. The only time they get any sort of alone time is if they go to the bathroom. But everywhere else is out in the open. They even said they locked the bedroom door during the day. So it's like, I could see how somebody could be miserable, but I just can't stand when people are miserable and take it out on other people and nasty. Like, he's been kind of rude to the other girls, you know, coming off as like, oh, mysterious and like he's an onion that needs to be peeled. No, he's just been straight up rude and nasty to some of these people, okay, including Leah. So you know, he has the conversation with Daniela like, you know, I think I'm gonna take a step back or whatever. She starts crying because she has to deal with the consequences of her own actions. Girl, this is the avenue you decided to take to get into this villa. You've been cast in a light as a pass around, and you got to deal with it, okay? Pivot. Do what you can to try to keep him or try to go get Aaron. I don't know what to tell you, but all this crying and anyway, dang, y'all, I mixed my notes up. Oh my god, hold on, y'all. I gotta move this around because I'm gonna get confused. I wrote the wrong thing for the wrong people. Okay, let me move this. I'm just gonna copy and paste it real quick. I'm sorry. Because I don't want to forget this particular thing. That's why I'm trying to make sure I put it on here. Anyway, let me just put it right here. I'm sorry, y'all. This was kind of really last minute. So anyway, let's move on to, I'm gonna pull Leah up real quick. So we have Leah at the aftermath of movie night. Leah kind of felt attacked, and with the whole Rob thing, I could see how she felt a little attacked and how she felt, you know, maybe she felt bad for what she was saying. I don't feel like she was wrong for that part. But Janae pulls her to the side and said that her and Rob could have the comeback of the century. He still wants you. That's why he expressed all those feelings for her. And you need to, you know, just go talk to him or whatever. And Leah was like, why would he want to be with me after all this? And she was like, why would he want to be with her after all that? And, you know, so I don't know. I don't feel like that personally. But, you know, maybe they're seeing things that we don't see. But she ended up coming to him crying and apologized and took accountability. He was being very receptive, like, yeah, I really cared about you at one point, and basically they just want to be on good terms. They see where they went wrong and whatever. I don't feel like Leah should have to go and apologize. Which one of us have not went off on a guy that has done us dirty to our friends? Who has not done that? And on top of that, it's not like Rob didn't deserve it. Like, Rob did her dirty. He deserved that. Like, it's not like he didn't deserve him to be snapped on. He played with her feelings. And that's one place where I'll always be on her side about that. Now, did she try to do some underhanded stuff to try to get Andrea out? Yeah. But I'm not trying to defend Rob over that. If anything, I'll say Liv was right with what she said about it. But outside of that, I don't care about Rob's feelings. So then we have Miguel. He's talking to the other man, and he said that he got the ick over Leah from movie night because he didn't like the way she was snapping on everybody and going off. He didn't like seeing that side of her because she was being very combative, and he grew up in a household where that was the norm, and I guess he doesn't want that in relationships. That's the reason why he fears commitment, is because he doesn't want to end up in a relationship like his parents. And to a certain extent, I can see where he's coming from with that, especially with Leah, because she do need to learn how to control her mouth. Like, she just pop off out of nowhere. She's very childish. She is very combative. I feel like she doesn't get enough smoke for it. They had a lot to say about Serena and when she was running her mouth like that. And even when he confronted Leah about the situation, about her running her mouth like that, he really didn't even go as hard as he did for Serena. He kind of he told her, like, yeah, I didn't like that. But he was quick to forgive her. Even though Leah, she was apologetic. She was like, yeah, I know I'm wrong. And, you could teach me so much. You have so much wisdom. I was like, girl, are they seeing something we're not seeing with Miguel? Why are they acting like he's some sort of relationship guru? I thought he was the player of the house. Like, what are you talking about? And also, I don't believe Leah. I think she's the type to say all that. She says what you want to hear. She knows that she's supposed to apologize, so she's going to apologize. But she going to pop off first. She'll come back and apologize later. But she ain't changed. Like, she going to continue to act like that. You crazy if you think otherwise. Okay? She gives, some people say she's rich. I do believe she gives spoiled brat. For sure. She probably hasn't been checked for much in her life. So, yeah, she going to continue to be that way. She going to find somebody that's going to love it. I believe. And also, her apologizing to Rob, I guess, swayed him to want to go back and, want to choose her child. So, I really thought when it came to the men choosing the women, I really thought that they were going to switch. Because it seems like the way they were building up the episode, they were trying to make it seem like Rob was going to choose Leah. But Miguel went first. I don't know. So Miguel did end up choosing Leah, which, congratulations. She really thinks she got a prize, child. I feel like that man's head could be turned by anybody with some light skin and curly hair. But anyway, then we had Rob, and I thought Rob was gonna choose Liv. I really thought he was gonna choose Liv just to save her, because he said he wasn't feeling Daniela, but he ended up choosing Daniela, and they sent my girl Liv home. Let me pull up Liv. They sent my girl Liv home. Mind you, Liv hasn't had one connection, right? I can't be mad they sent Liv home. I can't be mad. But they sent my girl Liv home. And then they sent my girl Liv home and brought in a tall, blonde Australian man. If she wasn't gonna connect with anybody else, he was the last resort. Like, that was a slap in the face. I could not believe that. So when they found out Liv was going home, mind you, the Casa boy that she chose, what was his name? Kane ended up choosing Sierra. They chose each other out of necessity. I don't see the connection there. She really don't want him like that. He might want her. But when we found out that Liv was going home, everybody was in tears. Well, all the girls were in tears. Janae was fake tears. Now, I do think she's gonna miss her. I do think she loved Liv, but when no tears coming, Janae, stop acting like you crying. Just look sad. You don't have to act like you're crying. But I'm telling you, you knew Kaylor was gonna go up. You knew tears were gonna shoot out of Kaylor's eyes like fountains. Okay, y'all remember that episode of SpongeBob where he was crying and the tears would shoot up and he would absorb the tears back up and they would shoot back out? That's literally Kaylor. Her eyes were so huge. They look absorbent. Her bags under her eyes, her eyes were so puffy. I'm like, girl, you've been crying every day since you've been here. Every day since you've been here, you've been crying. But anyway, we're going to get back to her. Serena, as soon as he chose Daniela, Serena, the tears were coming. And we haven't seen Serena really emotional until this whole thing with Cordell. And I feel like the thing with Cordell kind of opened the floodgates for her to be emotional, because she said herself she don't like to cry. But when she saw that Liv was going home, everybody was sick. Everybody was sick. Everybody was hurt. Nobody wanted to see Liv go home. Everybody was just upset. I kind of felt bad a little bit for Catherine and Daya, because didn't nobody really care. Didn't nobody really care about them leaving, you know what I'm saying? But Liv is a girl's girl, and I feel like she had those girls' backs. They love Liv. They wanted her to find somebody so that she could stay up in that house. But let's just be real. It was time for Liv to go. I hate that she had to go, but it was kind of time for her to go. You've been here from the beginning and you haven't found a match yet. It's kind of time for you to go. Let's be real. Now, I've been seeing some theories that people have of why Liv wasn't able to find a connection, and people are saying they think Liv is lesbianist. Some people think Liv don't like men. Some people think Liv is not attracted to men, and that's why she couldn't find a match. I don't believe that necessarily. Some people just have a hard time connecting. Some people have to get to know you first and be friends with you first. And unfortunately, this is not the show for that. Or maybe the guys that came on the show just, she just couldn't connect with. Liv was saved twice already, so it was sad, but it was time. And I'm not going to jump to conclusions on, what she likes. But I do think that she maybe this wasn't the show for her. Maybe this just wasn't for. She's very blunt. She's very honest, and you have to have somebody that can handle that. Somebody, not to bring up Cordell, but somebody like a Cordell, somebody who likes that. He likes the fact that Serena is blunt and gonna tell you exactly how it is. Some men want that. Some men want to be coddled and want you to cater to their egos and want you to, don't want you to say whatever's on your mind. And some men love it. And so she just has to find a man that does. But R.I.P. Not R.I.P. I'm acting like them. They act like Liv was going off to war or something, like they would never see her again. But it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Bye, Liv. We gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss Liv on this show, because she didn't mind calling these men out. I appreciated that about her. She stood on business. She did not bite her tongue. Whether she was right or wrong, she was gonna say what was on her mind. And I feel like, we need more of that. They really was acting like she had a terminal illness. Exactly. Y'all are gonna see her. Literally, they only have like what, one more week, 2 weeks tops. Y'all gonna see her. But it was cute though. You could tell they're really close. So let's move on. Let's talk about let's talk about him. Hold on, let me bring him up. Oh dang, I used the wrong picture. Hold on, y'all. Let's bring him up. Okay, so after movie night and Kendall was exposed, Nicole pulled him to the side. By the way, I don't think Nicole liked that man. I think she was trying to at first. I think she was giving him a chance. Her type is more so Miguel. Remember when she wanted Miguel? I think she more so veered towards Kendall because he was solid. He was going to be loyal. And she had a better chance of winning with him. And I feel like she was doing a good job of putting on that act of liking him. But after Hideaway, I could see it in her face. She can't, it's getting harder and harder for her to pretend to like him. It's getting harder and harder. Just look at her. When she's sitting with him, if she sits there for too long, she'll get a look like like when they kiss, she'll kind of kiss him like, just look at their interactions now. You're supposed to be getting a little closer after y'all go to Hideaway, right? After everything went down, you done had the all you can eat buffet, the full course meal, whatever they said it was. You supposed to be a little bit more into him, right? She completely turned off. And I don't blame her, especially after watching those clips. He is so messy. He over here spreading tea like he's a little girl. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you so invested in what everybody else is doing? You're boosting up this bad behavior. And it's making me look like, if given the chance, you would do something like that. No, you ain't doing it on the show because you want to win, and because he's very hyper aware of how he's coming across. He didn't think those clips of him were going to air to those girls of him boosting up the men. If he would have known that, he wouldn't have did that either. He would have played that Rob role. See, Rob knew. He was on the show already. He came in on the Casa last season, so he understood. That's why he was playing the role, the backseat role of, you need to be faithful to Kaylor and all that. So I think that really turned her off. Nicole admitting to having I can't see behind this heart, but having a spat with Miguel a spark with Miguel that she didn't feel with Kendall. I could see that. Because, first of all, who would like Kendall? Because he's fake. He's fake. Everything about him is fake. He's definitely, I don't know. He's definitely, his personality isn't attractive. Because he's not authentic. How can you be attracted to that? He definitely gives Drake vibes all day long. All day long. Sierra's eyes popped out when she saw Harrison walk in. Do you really think she want to be with Kane? She gonna jump on him as fast as she can. Watch. But anyway, she, pretty much told Kendall he was wrong for what he did. And she was, almost irritated she even had to say that to him. Because he was trying to play it off with her too. Like, oh no, I would. She was like, no, you were supposed to be their friend. And you did them dirty by encouraging them to do that kind of stuff. You was wrong. And so, what happened? So he ended up bringing them breakfast. And I don't know. I feel like he took the easy way out. Instead of pulling them to the side and having a conversation with them and apologizing. He just made him breakfast. I'm sorry, I should have did better. I'm sorry, I should have did better. And I'm really mad that he didn't really get more smoke, but at least he was exposed to them, because they needed to see that. At least he was exposed to them, and at least he was exposed to America. So I don't think that Kendall will be winning, even though he closed off the relationship with Nicole, but nobody is convinced with y'all relationship at all. Kendall gives me Russell Wilson. Do not do that to Russell Wilson. That is an insult to Russell Wilson. I feel like he wants to play the role of a Russell Wilson, but I feel like Russell Wilson is 1,000% more genuine. He only cares what the outside thinks. Yep. Okay, let's move on. I'll just go ahead and talk about Janae and Kenny. Kenny gave the best speech. He gave the best speech out of all the men that night and this season. Well, him and Cordell kind of neck and neck that night. But the way he was like, I came in this villa and I said I wanted a mature woman and you're ambitious and, all of that. It just, I know it's only going to make me a better man. And I feel like, our qualities complement each other. And when I see you, I get butterflies. I start smiling. I've never been this nervous around someone. And pretty much every time you come down those stairs, I admire your beauty every night. And I really, really, really want to see where this goes. Like, he said he was speaking from his heart. Y'all, it was cute. It was cute. It was cute. I enjoyed it. I just like to see a black woman on a show like this get uplifted in that way. I love seeing that. I did. He affirmed her in so many ways, not just superficial ways. I hope this man is being sincere. I hope this man is being sincere. I'm gonna say that. His cousin said that this is really what he's like, and he, they used to tease him. Oh, let me change this because I am not trying to be talking about. I'm sorry. Let's not insult him with his picture, because I ain't gonna lie, Kenny was a little salty whenever he saw these couples with a genuine connection, the ones that actually seem like they have a real connection with each other. He was looking very salty. Everybody else would be smiling like, oh, this is so cute, that's so sweet. Here, Kendall, fake smile, like, because he knows whatever he did not compare. And he didn't get the same reaction, and that's the only reason why he's doing what he's doing, is to get a positive reaction, or to get the crowd reaction. But anyway, yeah, I was reading where Kenny's cousin was saying that this is really how he acts, and that they used to tease him for that because he's always been like wanting to find a serious relationship. And I don't know, Kenny does give me different, like he's a little different. You see the way he dresses like I don't know, like a manager of a bank branch. Like, I think somebody said that on Twitter. So I'm hoping that he is being sincere. But yeah. Oh, you think Kendall was looking like that because he knew he lost? Possibly. Y'all, let's go ahead and get. I don't even feel like talking about these two. Both of them irritate me. Both of them need to go. I'm so sick and tired of them. Hold on, let me pull them up. Do I have a picture of? I'm so sick and tired of them. Like, if it ain't him gaslighting and manipulating, it's Kaylor crying. I'm so tired of them. So we get to see more of what Aaron did on movie night. And we really get to see that he never liked Kaylor. That's what we really get to see. Especially with how he reacted to her. He was just very unapologetic, mean, not remorseful, very much so gaslighting. Okay? But on the clips, he said the most fun that he's had since he's been there has been with Daniela. And being around her was more than just a test for him. And when confronted about it, he was like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. He didn't say it like that. And he said in his British way, but he was like, yeah, I wanted to do it. That's what I wanted to do. And I wasn't thinking about Kaylor. You're right. I didn't care. And when he was like, yeah, I wasn't thinking about Kaylor, Leah was like, there it is. There it is. You did not care because you were not thinking about her, and you don't want to be with her. And you know, he was like, well, I'm not gonna ruin my experience. I'm gonna have my experience to the fullest. And Liv was like, you can have your experience without ruining somebody else's experience. So it's just really the fact that he just completely lied for me. Like, you just completely lied in so many instances. You told her that you only pecked Daniela. Clearly you did not. You said that shower comment in front of people and it was a throwaway comment. Clearly it was not. You have gotten all the way caught up, and you could have at least apologized. You could have at least felt bad. You could have at least had your head hanging down like, I feel bad for doing that to her. The fact that you don't care at all says it all. Says it all. So, you know, he's snapping on Liv like, why are you in it? Why are you defending Kaylor? Like, you ain't Rob's personal attorney. Every time somebody come for Rob, you the first one to jump in. You have some nerve to say that. So, y'all, I put in my notes, Kaylor needs a guardian, because if not, she's gonna get steamrolled. And if I feel that way about you, you definitely shouldn't be on a show like this. If you can't, she cannot stand up for herself. She can't do it. As soon as they get along, all he got to do is kiss on her and hug her. She gives in. I was going to go through the motions of talking about what happened with them, but literally what it comes down to is all he did was go on the beach, find a seashell, put it on a necklace, and gave it to her, and that's literally all it took for her to be over it. I am so done with them. Both of them need to be eliminated. Next time a couple has to go, they need to be the one. For real, I'm tired of it. I'm so sick of it. She has the emotional stability of a toddler. You shouldn't cry at every little thing. Something is wrong. You need to mature. Like, I don't know. Like, even when I was 21, I wasn't crying like that. And Aaron is just a menace. Aaron is a complete menace. Like, everything he's doing is diabolical, because you're doing it to somebody that's childlike. You're doing it to somebody that's naive. You're not even doing it to somebody that could go toe to toe with you. If you was doing that to Liv, it still wouldn't be right. I'm not saying it's right, but at least you would call him out for it. Kaylor doesn't even have the mental bandwidth to do that. So I'm just like, both of y'all need to go. Liv should have left Kaylor her backbone. I know that's right. Yeah, so he chooses her, blah. Who cares? Now finally, let's get to the main event. Now, this episode within itself was an emotional roller coaster for Cordell and Serena. Let me pull one of them up. I'll just pull up Cordell real quick. This whole episode was an emotional roller coaster for them, both of them, because at the beginning they're watching the clips back over and reliving everything that happened, and she's like pretty much just seeing it all go down once again. And you know, Serena was going through it. She was, in tears. But Cordell, you could see Cordell, he just feels so bad. Like, she doesn't like to cry. She doesn't like to express her emotions. So I think when you see somebody who is usually stoic or able to, hold back those tears when they can't help it and cry, it just makes you emotional. And so he just felt so bad. You could see it all over him. He was embarrassed and hurt for her. And he was like, I don't even have the place to feel like that. But I just would never want her to feel that way. And at one point he was like, man, I told y'all not to pick that one. It's crazy. Like, Cordell is so unintentionally funny. Like, he's the comic relief of this show without even trying. It's so funny. But later on, he pulled her to the side. He let her have her space. And the next day, he pulled her to the side and, he apologized and took accountability and just was very remorseful. Like, I feel like that's the reason why Serena is able to get past it, is because he's accepting responsibility. If you're going to go on a show like this, man, don't be an Aaron. If you really want to get the girl back, don't be an Aaron. Be a Cordell. Take responsibility. Okay? Acknowledge her feelings. Yes, she was screaming on him at some point, but the fact that he took all of that, like he took all of the screaming, at some point she was able to sit down and have these conversations with him. It's not like she completely blocked him out, because I do think she saw the sincerity. I think she saw the genuine nature of his apologies, and the fact that he wasn't trying to defend what he did. He knew he was wrong, and he came back and he apologized. And I feel like a part of the reason why a lot of people feel the way they feel about Serena and that she doesn't deserve Cordell, whatever, or I feel like the show hasn't accurately portrayed their relationship. We haven't seen everything. Like, we didn't see the part where she gave him a ring. We didn't see some of their conversations about how they set boundaries and he crossed those boundaries whenever he went to the Costa. We didn't see them when they had their little inside jokes. I feel like we missed a lot of the meat and potatoes of what happened between them, and why he feels so strongly about her, why she eventually felt so strongly about him. And also, right when they were starting to, really become really connected, she said they did some physical stuff the night before he left, and then he left and did that. Of course somebody would be hurt by that. Of course somebody would be hurt. And even Cordell knew he was wrong. That's why he was so apologetic. That's why even right after he did it, he felt so bad. So that's why somebody was like, you gonna defend Serena? Yeah, I'm gonna defend Serena. And now I'm gonna defend Cordell, because I feel like we haven't seen people this authentic on a reality TV show in a long, since Real World days. Like, they don't care about the cameras. I mean, she cares about being embarrassed, but they are real and raw. Like, I don't think nobody on this show is as real and raw as they have been. And I just feel like it's just so sincere, like, and it's relatable. To be honest, it's relatable. Cordell treats Serena the way a man treats a woman when he loves her. And he said he's falling, but I think Cordell already there. Low-key, I feel like Cordell fell in love at first sight. I've been saying that. I feel like Cordell wanted her since the first moment he saw her. You could tell, like, if y'all go back and watch that first time he saw Serena, even when she chose somebody else and they ended up on that same platform together, and he was like, yeah, we matching in green. Like, he wanted her from that first moment. And so that's why it's so easy. I feel like that's why it was not easy, because he did have to work a little bit. Things move fast in that house, right? I think that's why it was easy for her to accept him back in, because I feel like he meant everything he said. And she also, this episode, took accountability for where she was wrong. She said, I could have reassured you more. I could have showed my feelings more. You know, I said I was a slow burn, but I could have, you know, I could have let you know how I was feeling better. And that's what everybody has been saying. And I appreciate the fact that she said that. She didn't have to say that, but she did. And so at that point, both of them said they don't want anybody else. They want each other. And they ended up closing it off. And they, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I almost shed a tear. Like, that was so cute. That was so cute. That was so cute. Young love is just so cute. Oh my goodness. It just reminds you of those days, right? So anyway, when they had the recoupling, and you know, he's giving his speech, and he's saying he had feelings for her since day one, and he just knew it was her. He knew it was her from day one, and she got him in a chokehold. He feel like he about to mess around and pass out. And then he said, you know, that's why it was so easy for him to stay focused on her and, you know, just cut out all the noise, because he was just focused on her, and he missed her. And yeah, they had a rocky start, but slow and steady wins the race. And you know, at the end, he was like, I'm falling for her. And I tell myself all the time, I can't believe I'm saying it out loud. And you know, I feel like you have already fallen, beloved. You're already there, honey. And so when Sierra, you know, ran over to him, she you know, she had a huge grin on her face too. And you know, Ariana was like, well, did you hear the part where he said that he fell for you? She was like, yes, and I feel the same way. Y'all, they in love. I don't care if they don't know it yet. They are in love. Like, I don't know what else to say. That was just so cute. I enjoyed it. I feel like we got a whole story arc out of them. Okay. The slow start. She kind of played him at some point. Then they picked back up. She realized she liked him. He realized he liked her. He did something dumb to mess up their relationship. They fell out. She went off on him, made him have to work to get her back. And they found their way back to each other. She was entitled to her reaction. I agree. I think they both live in Houston. So that's why I think, y'all, that's why I really do feel like at the bare minimum, they ain't gonna be able to leave each other alone for the next 2 years. At the bare minimum. They ain't letting each other go. Especially since they live in the same place. Yeah, it's over. It's over. The stars aligned. Whenever both of them were chosen, the stars aligned. It was just meant to be. Usually black women are always edited to be cold. I could see that. Especially on a show like this. I like Cordell. He seems more mature than most guys in there. I know, and he's the youngest. That's crazy. Kaylor watches too much TV and always plays damsel. Yes, it was so pathetic. I know she's 22, but I knew better at that age. Me too. Like, you could still stand on business. As soon as that man said I love you, it was over. Liv should have left Kaylor her back. I read that before. I don't feel bad for her because she constantly goes back and believes him. I can't help someone like that. I agree. She's one of those friends. I don't even want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about this relation. Unless you say you leaving him, I don't want to hear it. Sorry. All Aaron does is pout his lips and play with and cry about Aaron. That's all he do. Leah still likes Rob. Notice her emotional reaction. Yeah. I feel like she would go back to Rob in a heartbeat. But That's only because she toxic, child. Both of them are. He only made breakfast for Serena and Kaylor to get to the finish line. Exactly. Exactly. I don't believe nothing that comes out of Kendall's mouth. None of his actions are real. Karina for the win. Is that their couple name? Oh, Naya. I'm sorry. Usually I put a scheduled post at least a few hours beforehand, but this one was kind of last minute and I just had to get it out of the way because I'm going to be busy this weekend. But yeah, you guys, make sure y'all like the video. Like the video. Rob looks miserable every day. I genuinely do not understand what is so fascinating about him. Me either. How have they not clocked that there are 0 clips of Daniela and Rob? Exactly. Off topic, but I love your hair. So glad to see the blonde fro back. OG subscriber. Thank you. I'm glad to have it back too. I can't lie. For whatever reason, it just feels like I'm my old self. Like, I wore my hair like this for 6 years, blonde, and it just always feels so like me. I don't care for Leah. Her underhanded comments about Janae and how she runs her mouth is very off-putting. I agree. I don't know what it is she has against Janae. I don't know if she's intimidated by her or, you know, because Janae is like the star of the show in many aspects, and I feel like she maybe feels intimidated. I don't know. Kaylor needs an ice roller stat. Them puffy, I have never seen nobody's eyes get that puffy. They almost look like they'll be sealed shut. I thought Rob was going to choose Liv too until I remembered he could be getting revenge because they sent Andrea home. So he sent her home and brought back Aaron. I could see that, y'all. I definitely could see that being the case. Like, yup. I could see that because he's the type to get revenge. He really could. Nicole's probably rethinking her doing the do with, and probably wasn't good. That's, I said it. Couldn't have been, because she is way more withdrawn. I'm like, that's supposed to make you closer or more attracted. Seemed like it turned her off. I was clapping for them. I know. I think Serena. You think Serena lives in LA? Oh man. Oh, she's from Houston. Okay. Dang. They gonna figure it out. If they want to be together, they gonna find a way to be together. Janae has a lot going for her. She really does. Like, what was his name? Josiah. It was either Jacoby or Josiah. I can't remember which is which, but the light skinned one. I saw on Twitter where they asked him what he liked about Janae, and he was just going down the list of, she's very educated and well traveled because she's lived so many places and she knows of so many cultures, and he just gave like many different reasons of why she's like somebody he would be attracted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she has a lot more layers than what's showed on the show. And even her personality, like I feel like she kind of plays up the, kind of like of like Portia. I don't know if y'all watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, but kind of like Portia, kind of plays up that, you know, vampy, what's the word I'm looking for? Just that voluptuous woman. It kind of plays up the ditziness a little bit to try to cater to men's egos, when really she probably is one of the most intelligent people there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And she's also one of the oldest. In the After Sun, she said she was going for Rob again. Who said that? Jessica Rabbit. Yes. She plays on that. Oh no. You know. Oh, I didn't mean to drop this pencil. Oops. You know, like, she plays that up. Oh, Cassie said she's going for Rob. Okay, so they said the new girl that's coming in originally liked Rob. So I could see her easily coming in and taking Daniela. Man, I could see that easily happening. Because I don't think he's truly interested. Anyways, you guys, I have to go ahead and go. That's all I have time for. I will hopefully, if you came in late, you'll check out the replay, and I will see you in my next one. I love this live, y'all. I love going live with y'all every day like this. It's so fun.